What's up, y'all? This is Brittany from She Abundantly at sheabundantly.com, and I want to share something I think is very encouraging. There have been women that I have come across that I know will stay in the shadows, or that I know many people won't know their names. But let me tell you, when I've come across them, when I've experienced them, they make me want to sit down at the table and watch them, sit down with a notepad and take so many notes and just watch them, because they are good at what they do and how they live their everyday life as a woman, how they, take care of their kids, or how they encourage other people, just how they live a life in the light of God, and so I know for us women, we may get discouraged no matter what walk we're walking out, whether it's singlehood, motherhood, it was being a single mother. You sometimes will think, what's the point? What's the point of living a life of integrity behind closed doors? And let me just encourage you and say, oh, it's a big point. Let me tell you, it takes one woman to change the generation, to change her legacy from maybe a family line of never knowing commitment, never being married, or never honoring their bodies, or never, staying in poverty. Let's just say that, a family line of always gossiping, or, whatever the women are doing, whatever that common thread is in the line of women in your life, you have the power to change that. And all it takes is one. So, we always everybody's looking to be seen. Everybody wants the followers and stuff like that. But let me tell you this is something God shared with me. Everybody want to chase fame, but don't even realize that they already famous. Because everything they do, everything they say is being recorded in heaven. There is a spotlight on them. And let me just say this, there's a spotlight on you. So what are you going to show? Because all of heaven is watching, let me tell you. So don't chase after the fame. Don't chase after being liked by all these men and all this craziness that's only going to end up in being some dude's, for only a short amount of time. Listen, you ain't made for many men. You're made for one. So don't trip when a whole bunch of men ain't after you. Listen, don't show me to no imposters. I'm glad ain't no men, knocking down my door trying to like all my photos. For what? I ain't made for all of y'all. But for one who was created after God, who was walking after God's own heart. But I want to encourage you with the same thing. You're just created for one. Created for the grand, holy God, but created for one man. So don't be out here feeling like you gotta chase and have the biggest booty, biggest breasts, look this way, post naked pictures and call it art. We know the motives. Listen, you know your own motives, okay? But you know what? It took one woman to birth the first black president, okay? I want you to be encouraged by that. One woman who stayed on post, who stayed in her place doing her rightful job. And whatever that may be for you, I don't know, but be encouraged. Because there is blessings with your name attached to it, but you got to stay consistent and you got to stay on guard, even when people are not saying, oh, congratulations, good job, God is watching. He is here. He's a present help. He is grace and mercy for you. He cares. And you have a purpose in doing right behind closed doors. You have a purpose when nobody's watching. You have a purpose. Let me tell you, if only we could see in the spiritual realm, if only we can see what's attached to our obedience and just the everyday, mundane things that we do. Listen, I'm stressing this point because I know women who just give up and say, whatever, I'll be a man's side chick. I'll date married men. I'll do this because they feel like they'll never amount, or they're never, they're not worth the wait or worth commitment, or they'll never have a healthy relationship one day. That is a trick of the enemy. As you can see, When you give into that, that is the trick. The trick has won, and you've given back into the cycle of destruction. Don't do that. Get out. Get out. Stop. Turn right now. Because as long as you are living, you have a purpose. And there are people assigned to your purpose, i.e. your babies. You gotta live. You gotta live. What God has told me, shown me, I'm gonna birth more children, more brown sugar queens from my mind, from my lips, my words, than out of my womb. I can't forfeit that. I can't forfeit that for nothing. It's too great. And let me tell you, you don't even know what's attached to your obedience. Stay focused. Stay on the path. Pick your babies up. Don't lie on your taxes. Teach them babies right from wrong. Don't be found in a man's bed who ain't your husband. Listen. Obedience yields so much fruit. And I would rather have something small but yet right. I would rather have, what everybody would deem, oh, ain't nothing, but yet the Lord is on my side. Yet the Lord and all of heaven is backing me up and praising and cheering me on. I would rather have that. Because what people don't understand is that sin, or the wages of sin, is death. And when we sin, especially, listen, let me just stay on track. When we sin, something has to die for that. So while we living it up now, they don't know something in the generation to come is gonna have to die for that. I don't know if it's an actual death of legacy, death of a commitment, death of money, death of something. But someone's gonna have to die for that. So I'd rather stay on track. Ain't nobody watching. Because I know I know the power of legacy, whether it be sin or blessings, whether it be sin or obedience. I know it. I see it. Stay encouraged, Queen. Stay encouraged and stay on track. Peace.